Hey guys, this is Chef Gavin with First World Survival. I'm also known as Lack of Chef Gavin because I lack chef skills. But anyway, I'm going to be doing a redo of one of my dinners. Well, not a redo, but I want to make it up to you guys and actually make something good. Make it up to myself too, because I was hungry. Sirloin steak, baby spinach. Not sure how I'm going to combine this in, but I love spinach. Got some vegetable medley, broccoli, cauliflower, and carrots, an onion, some garlic powder, aluminum foil, and a big bag of potatoes, but I'm not going to use all of them. So I'm going to cook this over a fire and basically wrap it all together in tin foil. I think this is how I do it. Don't take my word for it. I've never done it. This is my experiment. As you guys are aware, all cooking starts with heat pretty much for the most part. So I'm going to build a fire. And this is actually something that you guys could learn from me. What I want to do is get a bed under the fire because first of all the ground's wet and also this will create a bed of coals. So just put a bunch of sticks to make like a platform. It doesn't have to be fully packed tight, just something to keep the cotton off of the ground. And I put these here to keep the coals in. It's gonna make it hotter. These will eventually burn, just slower. All right, so now I'd rather light it and then start building the fire once I have this, so I know how I'm gonna get everything to light, if that makes sense. So have all the sticks ready at hand to throw on in place strategically to make the fire. I'm gonna grab a little bit more, make sure I have enough. And make sure all this stuff is going to be the easiest to catch. I don't really have anything in between cotton and sticks, so I really got to play my cards right. And yes, I will be using flint and steel as always. For me it's easier than a lighter, just because I've used it more. I had an awful time starting a fire today for breakfast, as you could see in my last video. It was not a very good time. It took like an hour just to get my oatmeal made. All I needed was a little boiled water. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it is burning. It just, you can't really see the flame. And it's very windy also, so I gotta shelter it until it catches enough. And I did not shelter it enough, so it got blown out. Now I have this pile of sticks. They're kind of charred a little bit and dry, so that'll make it easier to light this time. Might only need one cotton ball. So I think I'm at the point where I could call it a fire. I'm gonna feed it some more of these tiny sticks just to make sure it's hot enough, and then I'm gonna put on some medium sticks after. And when you cook, you want it to be all on embers, so feed it some fuel logs and then you could let it burn out a little bit, and then you'll rekindle it a little bit if you need to. So now what I think I'm supposed to do, I don't know if this is probably the right order, just because you need to cook it in the tin foil. Grab a big sheet of tin foil, enough to fit all the food. I'm not going to go over measurements because I don't know. I guess this is good for now. Could always use more if I have to. Ooh, I should probably You know what? I'm gonna use this to cut the potatoes. I think that's my plan. I think I'm just gonna use 2. It's only for me. Alright, so I'm gonna use my knife to cut the potatoes. Psych. Use this thing. I'm just gonna cut them into thin slices. And then I'm gonna half that. So I guess chunks, slices, wedges, whatever you want to call them. Anything should work. This is kind of like a mush meal that it just all cooks at once. It depends how soft you want your potatoes. I don't need to teach you guys how to cut potatoes, but if someone wants to teach me, please go ahead. This is my first time cutting regular potatoes, because I only make sweet potatoes usually. For all you visual learners, this is what it looks like. And I don't know why I'm even showing you, because you probably shouldn't copy what I do. Alright, now do the same with the onion. I don't know how much to put, so I'm just going to do 1/4 onion. Worst case, it's a little bland. I'm probably putting 1/3 of an onion in. I don't know what I'm going to do with the rest of it. I do not like onions very much. And the onions are going to kind of make the juice everywhere, so it doesn't really matter how you cut it. I guess the thinner the better, but also you could get away with doing chunkier ones. Probably shouldn't use my hand as a cutting board. I'll stop. I think that's enough onion. Vegetables, perfect. I love these. I don't know how much I'm gonna eat, but I don't really have refrigeration, so I have to eat the whole thing. Just gonna pour some of these in. And they're pre-cut, unless you want to make them thinner, which I don't. I probably should have used more tin foil for this. So you guys should watch this whole video before you actually try making it, just in case something goes wrong. How am I gonna put the spinach with this? Well, actually I'm gonna throw some spinach in, and spinach shrinks a lot when you cook it, so this whole bag could be like enough for just me. I mean, I have other food, so I probably won't need the whole bag, but no refrigeration, so. Ooh. And I will eat it. It's just, I'd rather have it cooked than go bad. If I show you guys, I'm gonna get a bunch of comments like, oh, you shouldn't have done that. Oh, how stupid are you? I don't know, I've never cooked. And I don't like to follow instructions either. Well, I have cooked, just like, you know, cereal and stuff. Nothing that complicated. All these vegetables under the spinach, and I'm gonna use olive oil, just kind of cover the whole thing, maybe, I don't know. Now I'm gonna put some olive oil, and I'm gonna get some salt. Make sure you get all the stuff underneath covered in olive oil too. Maybe I used a lot, I don't really know. Salt and onion powder. I like to put the salt in my hand first, just so I don't dump the whole thing on it. You know, use a good bit of salt, because I don't have any other seasonings, and I guess salt isn't a seasoning, but makes food taste good. Garlic powder. Should I chug this whole bottle of garlic powder? Let me know in the comments for my next video. I'm serious. I'm gonna have all this extra garlic powder that I might not use. And now steaks. Hopefully I don't ruin the steaks, that would be awful. I'm gonna cook the steak separately just so I might not ruin it, or might not ruin the other stuff. Because then if I ruin one, I still have the other stuff I could eat, whether it's steak or vegetables. So I think I'm gonna go with that. Seems like a safer route. Or maybe I ruin both. Steaks, I kinda know how to season. I've watched a couple shows, they just sprinkle it on a little bit. I'm gonna do salt, I think. Just a pinch on each. Now grab a piece of tin foil for the steaks. Fire's still going pretty well. I haven't even like gone near it or looked at it in the past 5-10 minutes, so. Now you wanna wrap these steaks up and put another layer on them too of tin foil, just so it doesn't leak through. And you're gonna want tongs to pick it up from the fire, just because it'll spill like hot grease everywhere. You don't want that. And let's see if I could close this up. The spinach will shrink a lot. Yeah, maybe I overdid it with the vegetables. See, that's why you gotta watch the whole video before you try doing what I do. Alright, now let's check on the fire. Alright, time to throw these on and start the timer. And I'm gonna try 10 minutes and then flip each of them. Maybe steaks do a little longer than the vegetables. But also, undercooked vegetables kind of suck. I'd rather have them burn. So let's see, 10 minutes. It's time to flip for the first time, I think, and the wind picked up, which kind of made the flames start going again, which might not be good. Oh, yeah, probably. Holy shit, the tinfoil caught on fire. Yeah, jeez, this is hot. I should probably let this cool down before I put them back on. I was not expecting this. Ow. Let's hope I don't burn the steaks. Alright, fire chilled out. Time to put these guys back on. And gotta make sure it's on the opposite side. So we're gonna let this go for another 10 minutes, then I'm gonna feel it around. I don't know about open it, but see the texture. Because if I open it, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it back on. Oh well, I don't know. I'll let you guys know when I do it. It's so cold and windy up here in the mountains. I don't know if I've said that already, but that's how I feel. Alright, let's check this guy out. Oh, wow, wow, wee wow, look at that. Very nice. Let me get a knife and cut these. Just cutting into it to see if it's ready, but it looks like it could be ready. Wow, wow, wee wow. Yup, that's ready. Let's see about these veggies. I wrapped the vegetables like a lot of times because they were kind of flimsy. Oh, wow. Guys, I think this might be a hit. Wow. Looks and smells amazing. Wah, wah, wee, wah. That's all I could say. I think I might have done a good job. So now you guys get to watch me eat it and see my face, if it tastes good or not. Got my trusty and kinda dusty fork. Let's try the spinach. Frickin' 12 out of 10. Cauliflower could have been cooked more. Broccoli could have been cooked a little more, but not bad. And carrots, I freaking hate carrots. I only like them raw. Yeah, undercooked. Spinach is great though. I might just eat that all. Let's try some steak now. You know what? Fuck it. So good. Maybe a little overcooked, but 9 out of 10. Yeah, 9 out of 10. Could use a little bit more spice too, but for me cooking, best steak I've ever cooked. Spinach, 10 out of 10, maybe even a 12. Broccoli, 6, 7. Cauliflower, 6 or 7. Carrots, 2. But just because I don't like carrots that much, I only got the mix because of broccoli and cauliflower. So I ended up putting the vegetables on for more time, and I'm really proud of this meal. Infinitely better than the last one. The last one I couldn't even eat. This one I'm actually excited for. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed, and comment some suggestions. Maybe I'll do it. I think someone commented this. People were saying something similar, and I just kind of made my own version of it and did it. I did earn the name Chef Gavin with First World Survival, considering I actually made something pretty tasty. So, woo! Very nice.